Hi, I am Crisis14, and I own 3 channels. Crisis14 itself, CR Extras, and Crisising, which is this video is going to be uploaded to YouTube. And I'm going to respond my Indefinite Disappearance from this channel, and also any other social medias as a whole. I am going to show my face as to show my transparency in this video. It's been around 9 months I haven't uploaded a video, and the reason why I disappeared is because I basically lack of motivation to create one video that was a big project. And I halted that, so it's not just the reason why I ran out of motivation, it's just more than that. Back in 2021, I will create my first channel, which is Crisis14 itself, and then I will create a second channel called CR Extras to organize content from the main channel. I was uploading frequently back then. I was just having fun making some edits of silly content and all that stuff. I was just basically having fun in general. As I slowly start to get improved on editing, I also slowly get a more amount of traction, which I get more recognition of myself and the channels that I own. Then in 2022 would be the golden age of my main channel, which I met quite some people that I really know. And then now, I started a third channel called Crisising, which is a more improved channel than the other two. Which I started to abandon 2 of my channels because I pretty much just don't like what it is now. The reason why I say that is because that long-form content is way more better than short-form content. I think of that because of that quality over quantity is way more better than quantity over quality. I continue to do that until fast forward in March 6, 2023 is where I get my first backlash. I posted tweets in Twitter where I say that it feels that OCs are repetitive. And I'm saying that admittedly because it feels like there's no uniqueness. They should add some more uniqueness into them. It feels like it's the same thing, just like the same template, same thing, no change at all. Then I get a huge amount of backlash, and it also spread it to my YouTube channel, which ruins my reputation, my motivation, and all kinds of stuff that I have already shattered into pieces. With that backlash, I started to post less frequently and then make some huge breaks, making some huge gaps to my channel, meaning that I lose some recognition. Then I started to improve my editing skills while taking a break. Then fast forward to December, around the end of December 2024, I would post a certain video that would be dunking on trolls, not the artists. And to be honest, here's the thing about what's flawed in the video. I did not ask permission to use their art, which leads me around that fast forward to January 26, 2024, I will get my first copyright strike from an artist that I know. And I'm going to keep them anonymous because I don't want to get their attraction from them. With that strike, it created another spark of an uproar amount of backlash to me and my Twitter account. Now, it's my own responsibility to respond everything what I've done in the past. And they also bring up my first backlash in Twitter. I was ridiculed, mocked by the entire internet myself, that I lost every single ounce of my motivation and recognition and reputation all at the same time. And I had nowhere to go than just to stay quiet, make a response video, and all that stuff. The first backlash wasn't just a backlash, it was just a warning. The second one was just a strike. And I would like to apologize everything what happened in those 2 backlashes. Those 2 backlashes were another reason why I took a huge break, because I can't stop thinking about them, and it haunts me every single day that if I fear myself uploading a recent video of my passionate works, people will call me out from my past actions. With that second backlash, I will take another break, which is not larger than the current one right now, and then I will upload a video called Announcements, where it was a call for help about my mental state in that video. barely anyone saw the video, and it feel like it was a failure, and it made me lose hope of life in general from my internet presence, and it made me want to give up. After that video, I switched editing styles and got a new editing software. After those 2 recent videos, I stopped making content and disappeared indefinitely. Another reason I like to mention is I was overwhelmed about focusing on my social media presence and my real life presence, which is myself. I have decided that I started to focus on my real life self than my media presence self, because my real life self is more like a priority and my social media presence is more like a secondary. My real life experience is that I just met some friends, like close friends that I met most of the time. We just played like poker, card games, or other games that we usually play. Then they showed some memes on their phone, and they showed me like some funny memes. Then I commented on them, on like what they showed me. When I say something that's related, then both of them looked at me deadpanned, and they think of me as I'm the most unfunniest man in the earth. And cringy also. That I come up with something that is so unoriginal. I actually feel offended by that, and it hurts my reputation. I can't benefit anyone else. Neither can they. Even my friends. They can't benefit each other as also. As long as we're all enjoying ourselves as like we're actual friends. After I met my friends, I just went home and then decided to do my own usual things, what I would do as a human being. Then it feels like that the day's like the same. It feels like it's on repeat, where nothing changes, nothing interesting happens, nothing unique. It feels so boring. Where I feel like with that backlash that was been created to me 2 times, it feels like everything just fell apart, where I lost everything mostly, and now it's just like I'm just stuck here. Nothing has been interesting to me, and it just feels repetitive, like just sitting YouTube all the time, playing games, doing all kinds of stuff, like eat dinner, eat breakfast, eat lunch, all that stuff, do all kinds of work, and that's for all that kinds of things. And now it feels like I want to do something that's more unique and interesting now. I just want to do something that's would benefit my life in general, of my heart's passion. And the reason why that the days were just like the same thing is because I lack a lot of communication skills, where I barely interact with the internet a lot, to my fans and all that kinds of stuff. That's why I do not interact a lot. And you see me like being inactive most of the time in all of my social medias. And it feels like it's just really hard for me to be more like an interactive person, where I would just enjoy myself, sharing ideas to other people that I like or know of, and feels like I'm just stuck here, sitting on a dark corner by myself, just seeing all the people around me just having fun, when I'm just sitting here being lonely, doing the same thing, nothing happens, and all that stuff, same day, all that kinds. Now I feel like I just want to change myself, to do for the better, just to repay all what I've done, and try to rebuild again. I want to talk about internet in general. Back in my days, around in the 2010s, like around 2013, where I started using YouTube or visiting YouTube, I would see that the comments were more calm than today. It's because that technology wasn't really that powerful back then, and then in my city, it was just quiet. Wasn't that a lot of cars just passing by? There weren't a lot of houses being built. And then here we are in 2025. With the power of AI, it's pretty much like more of like a improvised invention from humans. And it feels like that people are using it incorrectly than using it correctly. Because you see that people are using AI as to disrespect amount of jobs that are out there where people were actually been trained on, educated from like all that spent amount of years just to make it as like a joke. And with not just that, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Reels, or any 9:16 aspect ratio short formats feels like it's just low effort. There's like you post like a minute video, and then you get easy amount of views, and then you get like good amount of followers, and if you do that amount of times, the same thing, which is different altered content, you just get a lot more followers and views, and it feels like it's just there's no efforts. Like there is no effort in content anymore with just the invention of 9:16 content. I love making long form videos. It was a thing that I used to watch every single time back in 2013 when comments were just basically normal. And then here's now in 2025 where we have altered comments that have slangs that you have to interpret of, and other not just slangs but also annoying comments, and then bot comments. And I just feel like that we all just grew up and we had to adapt to change. And I mean that's true because we as content creators can just alter content whatever we want to. Like basically we just improve ourselves. And back before we used to watch like other kinds of old videos, but now as we adapt new media presence and media consumption, we would have to like understand what's going to be next in the future. And not just that, I want to talk about the state of Twitter, where I remember back then that if I digged onto YouTube where they say that Twitter was used to be like a normal platform. Just a normal platform, just tweet, then you get some traction, all that stuff. Because you just tweet, all that. I'm just getting all of the information out of my mind as of what I can know and what I've just observed from YouTube. And as a state of right now in Twitter, it feels like when you post like a misinformed tweet, it feels like it's gonna be like a giant spark of like a rampage of traction of just a single misinformed tweet where it could possibly ruin someone's life unintendedly. Which it feels like it's not the same Twitter anymore. It's not the same. And I feel like it could be the same thing to other platforms. And not only that, I feel like that nothing nothing lasts forever. I feel like it. Because it's just like wear and tear where something gets old, you had to replace it, and all kinds of stuff. Like Twitter used to be just a blue bird, and then as of right now, it's just an X. Just X. Where nothing lasts forever, where the logo would change. Even the same thing to YouTube, where their UI changes, something that's more simplified back before, if I remember correctly, where they used to be customized banners and all that stuff around the background of YouTube until they remove that good feature, which they want to make it simplified and not just complicated, because I'm pretty sure it's distracting. That's what they think. I don't know, but it's what it is that we get. But I love that feature of YouTube where you just can customize your entire background. But in general, I would say that internet just adapts itself from its media consumption, where that people will just consume the media and then make memes about it and then get influenced by those consumptions of media and use that as their adaptation as of what's going on around the world. And I would like to say in the outro where I would honestly say I would like to apologize for people who I have ghosted from in the past, who wanted to interact with me. And now I feel like this is one of the hardest videos that to be created, because I want to be more genuine of myself and I want to express myself also. And as always, I'll try my best to at least be active in the internet and interact some people that are actually nice and kind, just like what I am, as like a human being would, with at least some amount of respect that they have in them.